This video is about HTML tables accessibility and how to make data tables accessible for screen readers. The key elements include screen reader compatibility, semantic structure, and data organization. Accessible tables are crucial because tables present spatial relationships visually, which poses a challenge for screen reader users who process content linearly. Without proper markup, data relationships are lost, hindering users' ability to understand the data context. Here's an example of an inaccessible table. Notice the lack of semantic structure. The table uses basic table row and table data elements without defining headers or relationships. This makes it difficult for screen readers to interpret the table correctly. To create accessible tables, it's important to use semantic table elements. These include the caption element, which provides a title or explanation for the table. The thead element, used to group header content. The tbody element, which contains the main data of the table. The tfoot element, used to group footer content, and the t element, which defines header cells. Here's an example of a table using these semantic elements. Notice how the table is structured with a caption, table header, table body, and appropriate use of table header and table data elements. This structure significantly improves accessibility for screen reader users. The scope attribute defines the direction of the header, whether it applies to all cells in the column, scope equals column, or all cells in the row, scope equals row. Screen readers use this information to announce the relevant headers when navigating through data cells. Here's an example demonstrating the use of the scope attribute. The table headers use the scope attribute to define whether they apply to the entire column or row, helping screen readers to correctly interpret and announce the context of each data cell. For complex data relationships, especially when tables have irregular headers or complex structures, it's important to take a different approach. First, add an ID attribute to all header cells. Second, use the headers attribute on data cells to reference the relevant header IDs. This creates explicit associations between data cells and their headers, improving accessibility. Here's an example that illustrates how to use ID and headers for complex tables. Each header cell is given a unique ID, and the corresponding data cells use the headers attribute to reference these IDs, creating clear associations for screen readers. Providing context to tables can be achieved with the caption element, a visible title that explains the table's purpose and is often positioned at the top using CSS for better visibility. And by using aria-describedby, which links to a detailed description. This helps users understand the table structure before navigating. Here's an example demonstrating the use of captions and aria-describedby. A paragraph with a detailed description of the table is linked to the table using aria-describedby, and a caption provides a visible title, giving users a comprehensive understanding of the table's content and structure. Enhance table accessibility by using aria-label for brief descriptions. Adding call group and call elements for styling. Ensuring adequate color contrast and avoiding merged cells when possible. Here's an example incorporating these additional accessibility features. The table uses aria-label for a brief description, call group, and call for styling, and ensures each cell has adequate color contrast, enhancing both accessibility and visual clarity. In summary, the best practices include using semantic structure by using proper table elements, such as thead, tbody, and t, to create a logical structure. Using clear headers, scope, ID, and headers attributes to explicitly associate data cells with their corresponding headers. Using descriptive context by including captions and descriptions to help users understand the table's purpose and structure. And finally, visual design by ensuring adequate color contrast. Remember, accessible tables help all users understand your data, not just those using assistive technologies. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.